Welcome back to my channel, guys. This is the second episode of my Bedroom Producer series, where I'm producing my own music tracks to release out into the world with no experience and no training. So this is episode 2. I am going to start building my track. I already have most of it laid out, and I'm going to go over everything that I did for you guys. I am using Logic Pro, and this song is going to be more of a rock style, a little more upbeat, a little angry. So my first step in making a song is just laying out a beat, getting something that I can groove with. I like the energy, I like the sound, the vibe, because I usually have an idea of the song that I want to create in my head. So this one's gonna be more edgier, a little more rock. So I have mostly just guitar and I have drums right now. I'm going to lay it out and structure out the whole song, the intro, the verse, chorus. And then episode 3, which is after this, I'm going to be singing over this beat, and I'm going to be just coming up with lyrics and just creating the melodies and the vibe off the top of my head and whatever just comes to me and all that process. So you will see that in the next episode. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned because you want to see that, especially if you're a singer-songwriter. So going into the DAW, I'm going to put on my headphones. So this is everything that I have so far. You can see I have drums at the top. I just have the SoCal drum kit, and I'm using the step sequencer to create those drums. So right here I have the step sequencer. It's a very easy way to create a beat. You literally just press when you want to. So every block is a beat, so you guys can just create your own beat this way. You can just paint in random stuff, push play, and see if you like it or not, especially if you don't have any like music theory and production history or experience. What I do is I just mess around with the beats. So I'm going to show you the song laid out so far and the vibe, and then I'm going to go in and dissect it and show you guys what I did. So here is just the instrumental. And so basically, it's just going to repeat for the verse, the chorus, and then the bridge will be a little bit different, but I'm not going to do the bridge right now. That will be later on. So I'm going to mute everything, and we're going to start with the drums, which is probably the most important in any song, the drums. Let's get the beat going. So what I do is I just start with one of these little chunks right here, and I will just create a beat through here. So we have the kick, the snares, we have toms, we have claps, we have hi-hats, anything you could think of. And these are all preloaded instruments that are inside of Logic. So with the chorus, this one has a lot more drums going on because it's the chorus, it's the bigger section. So this is what it sounds like with just the chorus. And then I will just copy and paste that over and just repeat that again and again throughout the whole song. And then I will chop it up and give it room to breathe and stuff like that to create, you know, some rest areas like this one right here. So for the chorus, I have a lot going on. And then for the verses, I want it more toned back. So this is what I just kind of like unchecked off some of those instruments. So we have less instruments going on. I'll show you right here. It's a lot more subtle, which is good for a verse. So that's basically how I do drums. I'll just paint in on the step sequencer and create a beat that way. Once I have my beat down, I like to add whatever is melodic to it, something that's going to really sell the sound of the song. It's going to be out throughout the whole song. So next I have this guitar, which is pretty much in all the verses. I will solo this one. This is bass guitar. Something simple. So with it together, you can hear. And also I do have a lot of loops and a lot of samples from the Apple library, which I just get right up here. Because I am not actually a musician or a music theorist, or I don't play instruments really. I do play the trumpet, but that's a long time ago. So I have a lot of knowledge of music, but I don't play music, and I'm not like a producer with a lot of experience. So loops for now. So I found this synth, which is really melodic, and this just really sets the tone for the song. It's a little eerie, so I kind of like that darker vibe to it. Let's go and add this instrument in. This is a guitar that I found. You can see that I chopped these up. You know, you can manipulate these loops however you want. You can change the key, you can change the tempo, chop them up, and make it your own. So I added this nasty guitar for the chorus. This creates some energy and a lot of rock vibes. And then right here, I just have this fill, which is just a couple guitars, very rock style. I mean, not guitars, some drums, just quick da-da-da-da-da-dun-duns, you know? It's a good way of breaking up these sections, so I like to add that in, and then I kind of doubled that with another one right here for more punch. Yeah, there's the drama. Let's see, I have this fuzzy guitar right here. I added this in the chorus. This is at the pre-chorus of the verse, which is going to add more energy and build up to the chorus. Another nasty guitar. Boom, so I have that right there. Let's see, right here I have bass guitar. This is going to just really hit in the chorus and make it, and really fill in those deep ends of the chorus. Solo it out so you can hear it. Just adds layers to it. And then these other things I have are just little random things here and there. This actually over here is on the bridge. I'm not going to get into that today. So let's see, I have this SFX sound right here. This gives me vintage guitar vibes, vintage rock vibes, and I just had to put it in there. There's so much space and dimension on that guitar. I love that. And right here I just have, this is just for the intro, this one right here, just the guitar. That's just like a fun guitar to add to the beginning of something. It's kind of like a hook. It's kind of hooking you in because it's such a familiar sound and very catchy. And so those are all the elements that I put together to create the beat. And in my next episode, you guys will see how I will just create lyrics over this and just sing over this. That helps me because the lyrics will fit the vibe of the song. It'll fit the mood. It'll fit the timing. And just makes everything a lot easier. So you guys will see that in the next episode. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe, like, share this. If you guys are interested in music production, make sure you follow along because I'm doing a full song beginning to end with no production experience or mastering or engineering or any of that. So see you in the next episode.